Hi everyone, Ron Crider reporting back for duty again today. This is a follow-up video on the previous video that I just made for you. This is on February the 27th. This is the second video of the day. This has to do with natural log Lite. This is the actual log that we're running all of those carts in that I showed you previously. Let's go back to the okay, here are the carts. So in the previous video, I showed you all of these carts. And this log is being made surrounded by just these carts. There's less than 50. There's probably like only 35 carts on here on natural log Lite. So when we go back to the video, or we'll go back to the actual Simian, a number of you sent me some emails and called me and said, well, how do these carts fit into the log? Here's the log. This whole log is built on those less than 35 carts. And you'll see the 15A, the 5A, the 60A, the 10A. Those are all the carts that have spots in or information in. Let's take a look at this 30F cart here right now. This 30F cart, these are all the things that they stuck into that 30F cart. So when it plays there, that's when it's going to play. Now, if we go back to let's go back to here again, and let's go to the 30F. Here's the 30F, and it says that it's going to play 24 times, and it only has a one, which means it's the least amount other than zero of getting preempted. So it's playing 24 times. So that'll give you an idea how many times a day it plays. 24 times, and it plays 24/7. Every hour of the day it can play. And the natural log Lite, once you set all this up like I have, then what it does is it automatically schedules all of these things to play in the days that it's supposed to play. You don't have to do anything. Once it's set, it's all set. So like I say, here it is, this particular cart, this 30F cart. And what's in that 30F cart? Well, they put all of these items in that 30F cart. Those are all going to play. And they can play either randomly, if in fact it's set to do that. For example, let's take a look at let's take a look at the cart properties here. In the cart properties, you have the ability to randomize them. So it's set to randomize right here. So that what that means is it's going to play this event, and then the next time it's going to maybe play that event, then the next time it might play this event up here. And it will not play the same event over again until it's played all of the events. And it randomly plays all of these events in the cart. Bottom line is, this is the simplest thing that I can say to you. We build all of these logs, or I have all these logs built for you for your Catholic radio station based on carts. So all the breaks for each hour, now in this particular case, we're in the 11 o'clock hour, on the 11 o'clock hour right now on this radio station, KPIH, in Payson, Arizona. As we get to it down here, hang on one second, you notice there was a red line there, so something wasn't quite done right. But let's go down here to the 11 o'clock hour. So at the 11 o'clock hour, it's the Mass. The Mass is being on the air now, and it's live on the air right now, and it started before it started, it played an ID card and a 15A card and a 5A card, and then at exactly 11:01, it put the metadata, this is MD Mass, the metadata in for the Mass, and it switched the Mass on the air at exactly, actually it switched it on at 11 and 35 seconds. It switched it on the air, and then it showed that the Mass is what's going to show up on the metadata. And it's going to be like that until 32. Then at 32, it actually drops out because that goes, it puts in metadata and says faith explained, because that's what's going to happen. It sticks with, just so you understand it now. So at the very, very beginning, at SW1, in this particular case, is a switcher. And it's going to switch locally and play an ID card at 11 o'clock, and it's going to play a 15-second card and a 5-second card. And then at 11 in 35 seconds, it's going to switch SW7, that's Relevant Radio Network, on the air. It's going to be on the air. and then it's also going to play put that metadata in. It's going to stay with this SW7 Relevant Radio Network until the top of the hour, the very, very, very top of the hour at exactly 12 o'clock, 000. We'll stay with it again until 12 o'clock, but then actually at the time is at 12 and 20 seconds past the hour, it switches to off and plays an ID card. That's how it works in this particular case. But then thereafter, you'll notice there's a little asterisk here, and this says, okay, advance the clock down here, and it's going to sit there. It's going to wait until 02. At 02, they're going to, nothing here, they're going to fire a trigger, and that trigger at Relevant Radio is going to make this break play at 2 minutes past 12, and it will put the air on the air. This is the air computer. Play a 15A card, a 30F card again, a 5A card, a 10A card, and at the end of that, at the 3 minutes past the hour or whatever time it is, SW7 will start to play. Once again, in the case of Relevant Radio, when they feel like playing a break, they give you a window as to where these breaks are going to play, but they fire your breaks for you. It's not done on a real-time basis. It's done on a trigger basis because the triggers would be turned on. The triggers happen to be off in this hour because there aren't any triggers going to be played in the 11 o'clock hour. Let me take you back and show you another hour. I'm going to take you back to 4 o'clock in the morning, and back here at 4 o'clock in the morning, let's go here to 4 o'clock. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's called Morning Sunrise. In Morning Sunrise, it's totally different. That's EWTN. EWTN is being used in one of their H clocks. They have clocks A through M, lots of clocks, different clocks for different programs. But these are called hard breaks. So at a hard break, this hard break starts at exactly, you'll see right here exactly when it's going to start. So first thing that's going to happen is turns the triggers off in the morning because we use no triggers for that. And then at exactly 4 a.m. it turns SW1 and it plays the metadata, and it plays an ID for 15 seconds. And then it switches SW5 on, which is EWTN domestic, and it actually starts at 24 seconds past the top of the hour. There's a reason for that because I take out a little bit of the stuff at the top of the hour so we can get our ID in at that particular time. But it works good and it sounds good. And then it drops in the metadata. But now it's not going to wait for a trigger on EWTN because there aren't any triggers. Everything's hard break. So then their break is going to be at 21 minutes past the hour with that at sign. Now, you folks who use Simian, you know the at sign means do this now. Whatever's happening, stop, do this. And at exactly 21 minutes past the hour, it puts SW1 on, switcher number 1, which is the Simian, and it starts playing this break. That particular break is going to be for, you got a 60, a 30, a 15, a 10, and a 5. So it's like a 2-minute break. So it's 60 and 90 and another 30, and bang, there you go. It's for that particular time. And exactly 23, it goes back and starts playing again. So essentially, that's how it works. But I'm showing you this more because of Natural Log Lite, so that you get an idea in Natural Log Lite that it's taking all that stuff that I just showed you back here, all the things that are on this little sheet here, these different events, all these different events, these Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's the days that those are going to play. The 10B, it plays every day, but it has a big preemption. It could be bumped pretty easily. But if you go back here to the, this in particular, the 15A cart, it's 15 seconds. It's going to play 40 times a day, but it only has a very, very high probability of not getting bumped. It's only going to get bumped because it's a 1. If it's a 0, it would never get bumped. All these zeros never get bumped in the hour. But it builds the logs automatically for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then all of a sudden, all your logs are built, and they're built around these things that we have put in there. Any questions, please give me a call. Ron Crider, 772-913-2209. Remember, if you call me, please send me a text message first and say, hi, it's Joe from such and such a radio station. I need a little help. Please give me a call, and I'll call you. I promise I'll call you right back. I get a gazillion phone calls. You can imagine if the whole world is looking at these things, how many calls that I actually get. Ton of calls. Or you can send me an email at roncrider, RONCRIDER, at gmail.com, and I'll promise I'll answer that for you. And please give me a like. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I don't know, it might be clear, might be plain as mud, but it should give you enough information that if you have a question, call me and I'll be happy to answer it for you. But it is the simplest way to operate a Catholic radio station. In this particular case, it's EWTN and Relevant Radio on the station in Payson, Arizona, but it can apply to any radio station. You can go all Relevant or all EWTN. Makes no difference. It's very, very easy to set up. Have a blessed day.